I did a post recently about useful apps I think you should have as an F1, especially if you're starting this August on your phone. These are the apps here, so I'll leave it on the screen quickly. Just in case you're thinking, okay, you said I should download these apps, but what are they? So here's a video of me breaking down each of these apps. First app is the Switch app. So you log in with your email. So I think ideally you have to use an NHS email. You link it to your trust or your hospital, and then you're able to get the numbers of the necessary team. So for example, if you are trying to get hold of maybe the extension number or bleep for a particular team, you can find it on this app. But in a case where you can't find the number, then you have to go through switchboards. Hopefully they can connect you to the right team. The next app is the BNF app. Some people might be familiar with this app already, especially if you've done your prescribing safety assessment exam, so the PSA. So BNF stands for British National Formulary. Then you can see below it says BNFC. So the C stands for children. And this app, you can find how to prescribe, for example, medications for both adults and children. And you can find the dose, the frequency, is there interaction with any medications, things you need to look out for, be cautious about, if you need to monitor, for example, renal function, liver function, if it's safe in pregnancy, maybe advice you need to give to patients and their carers. And sometimes they do have brand names as well, so like another name to call a medication. So yeah, it's a very useful app to have on your phone. Next app is MicroGuide. This is another good app when prescribing, especially prescribing antibiotics, and it's another app that you can link to your trust or your hospital. So the next two now, so IRS and iResus, these two are very good apps as well. So I'll start with IRS. So IRS is good because it's an app that you can use, especially if you've got the cardiac bleep or you're part of the cardiac arrest team. But the good thing about the app is once you click on the app, you can start the clock. Especially when you're in a high pressure environment, this app is really good because once you click on the app, so once you've logged in, timer starts, and then you can log in what you're doing during the cardiac arrest, especially if your role is to time and scribe. This is a very, very good app. So you can log in, for example, when compressions are started, what medication has been prescribed. It'll be best to download the app first, log in and be familiar with the app. This app here, IRS, is very good. So this has guidelines guided by the Resource Council, and it's really good because it tells you about medical emergencies, and it's a guideline for both adults and children. And this is another app to just get familiar with even before starting F1. Even doctors constantly, they still refer back to the Resource Council to update themselves and be familiar with the algorithm. This app here, Smart Doctor, I can't remember, but I think this was a paid app, so I think I paid for this app. It's actually a good app. So I like the layout of the app. It's very colorful. It doesn't have too many things, but also it has most of the common presentation that you might see whilst working as a doctor. So for example, like chest pain, shortness of breath, palpitations, falls, all of those stuff that you might see, and things that you might see during ward cover. So when you have to cover particular wards, especially reviewing blood tests. I like this section on this app where it has about electrolyte imbalance. I like the way it's laid out and things that you should look out for. This app is good. I think it's a good one to still pay for, and I don't think it's that expensive either. I can't remember how much. This app here is another good one. So this is MD Calc, and I think they use this in America as well, but I've used this app a few times. So just for things, for example, like the Glasgow Coma Scale, you can use it just to reference and make sure you're calculating it correctly. For example, you can use it for the Welsh score when you're querying a PE, so pulmonary embolism. Also, you can use it, for example, when a patient presents with an upper GI bleed and you want to calculate the risk. You use a Glasgow Blashford score. So there's so many scales that you can use or calculators on this app. So it might be good to just run through the app and see what's available. And then the last one here is the Foundation app. And this is a good one because it also has common presentations to be more aware of, like chest pain, like shortness of breath. It does have also information about how to review images, such as like chest x-ray. A very good one to have on your phone, I believe, as well. Someone in my comment section mentioned another good one is also the BMJ. If you have any useful apps that you think that will be helpful for new FY1s, please leave it in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, please let me know so I can do more videos like this.